Welcome to GeekStorm. We missed you.
We did?
Yep, I did.
All right.
Whatever. Shawn said, don't let me down with the intro, but I kind of
So
knew I was
far.
going to.
Wait.
It's okay. Go ahead, take it away, because
That's it?
I'm crashing in
a
Birmingham.
half-hearted attempt there. Welcome to GeekStorm, filmed live in the heart of downtown Kokomo, straight in the center of Pepper Whistle, on the Mezzine, as they like to call it. It is I, Shawn Hilton, one of your fabulous hosts, with my beautiful and lovely co-host, April Thatcher. Yay! Muppet applause. So, April, what's going on? We got craziness. What?
Well, yesterday was Halloween.
It is All Hallows Eve.
Yeah, so still a little bit sugared
Craziness.
up.
It got rained out here in Kokomo, though,
Did.
but we've extended it into Friday.
Yeah.
So we got some downtown events that are going on. That'll probably be over by
Yeah.
the time it really
Well,
sees this. So
maybe
anything
not,
going on next
hopefully.
week?
Well, let's see. Next Saturday at
Next
the,
Saturday.
yes.
This just in.
Next Saturday.
Ba-dip, 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 ba-dip. Beep, beep, beep. Extra.
At the main campus.
Main
of-
campus of Indiana
Ivy
University.
Tech.
Oh, Ivy Tech. Ivy Tech.
Yes. Is
We have two colleges here in town.
yeah, I
so
know. Kokomo's amazing.
It's awesome.
I mean,
We're all about higher education. What is going on at the main campus of Ivy Tech next?
pumpkin chunkin'.
Pumpkin chunkin'.
Pumpkin.
Listen, I don't know that I like being called pumpkin, and I don't know that I like being chunked. I'm a little uncomfortable with both those things. All right, so this is where rednecks build like giant engineering marvel contraptions
Yeah.
to do one thing, and that is to hurl a pumpkin a great distance
Yes.
without making it into putty before it gets there.
Right. What trebuchets?
I love
and
trebuchet. I like just saying trebuchet.
catapult. Yeah,
Trebuchet.
that's my favorite. I love that word.
Catapults. And,
And-
then do
and
they have
also air cannons,
Air cannons. Air
which you
cannons are
can
the ones that
operate.
like are the new high-tech, modern marvel of your professional pumpkin chucker.
Yes.
Air cannons. Trebuchets, that's your old school dark ages.
Medieval.
We're gonna take over. Yeah. That's
Still
pretty
awesome. Yeah.
So where do they actually do it at? I mean, because that needs some distance, right? We need like a football field or two.
The Ivy Tech main campus.
Just we're like aiming for the main camp, like hit
They have a
classroom
back lot.
3.
They have a back lot.
Do they? How, I mean, okay. I don't know how big it is. So.
Oh, you haven't been?
I took a class out there once.
I mean,
Got a
to the
4.0.
event.
Straight A.
One time.
Actually, it was higher than that because I got some extra credit.
Okay.
But regardless.
Okay.
So it's going to be Ivy Tech,
Yeah.
pumpkin chunkin'. Is there a charge? Do we know if there's a
No,
fee?
it's totally free.
It's totally free to go watch.
It's a great event for families.
Sure.
There's a lot of events. Howard Community Hospital will have like a couple of, like their trailer thing that you
Okay.
can walk
So there'll
through.
be some things to see.
Yeah, I think there'll be games for the kids.
Okay.
And
Mini
the
pumpkin
things
chuckers.
that do cost money all benefit,
Some kind of
I
charity.
think Project Access, I think.
All right. I love the fact that we bring this knowledgeable news to the public. I mean, we're spot on. We know what we're talking about here.
Hey.
So Ivy Tech, what day is it again?
Oh, next Saturday,
Next
November 9th. I
Saturday,
believe.
November 9th. Pumpkin
11
chunkin'.
to 3.
Free. That's
Free,
awesome.
free.
Ivy Tech, you're doing a good job there. I appreciate it. Put the mad skills of mad scientists right
They're like
next
taking
to
over Kokomo.
All right, they're doing a lot of very cool
IUK
events.
needs to like pick up their pace.
Well, I'm going to talk to them a little bit about that today, about being a sponsor for next year's KokomoCon. It's time for them to start getting involved with some cool stuff.
So IUK will sponsor it at the Ivy Tech.
Isn't that
event.
funny?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I mean, they haven't agreed to it.
That'd be
Ivy Tech
awesome.
needs to sponsor it as well, but I mean, you know, that's just my opinion. But you know, it's great that you can go to these fundraisers with a bunch of ties and cheese and wine. But let's face it, I don't know that your average student is hanging out these things anymore. It's time to maybe get down with some burgers and fries, guys, and figure things out. So the days of your Ivy League student, like, I can't wait to go to both these. You might want to come out and check out the comic guys, because these guys are the, you know, this is your clientele. This is who you're looking for.
Yeah.
Nail these guys. And plus, they have a lot of kids, so that means single moms, and that means the possibility of bringing them back in for higher education and you know, nursing. Who knows? So
Yeah, I think I read, or I didn't read it. I heard it.
you read it. You heard
Yeah,
it. You saw
I
it.
obviously.
What do you got?
Maybe I need to go back to school, but.
Ivy Tech and IUK.
The average age of like IUK students is between like 25 and 35.
Okay, it's always been a little bit higher. It's always, I mean,
Yeah.
I went there in 91,
They are the
92 as
cougars.
a traditional college age. I was like 18, 19 when I was going there. But, I mean, it's always been an incredibly friendly campus and open to those who are coming back, returning for their education later in
Right.
life. For people who got sidetracked or just never got it going the first time, and now they realize that, this is something that would help me fulfill my life and maybe help some of my dreams come true and whatnot.
Right.
It's definitely something that I've considered since opening my store. My dream always was to open a comic book store, and I have, and I've had a lot of help from the community and Howard County and the city. But now it's like I really am thinking about, maybe it's time to start taking some other classes that might help me advance some of the other things I'd like to do. So
Yeah.
definitely going through my head. Ivy Tech or IUK I think would both be great options.
I'm an
for them.
IUV Tech graduate.
Are you an Ivy? Oh, and what are your skills?
Drafting and
Drafting, like I saw that Tom Cruise movie
graphic
Racing
design.
once, and so you got behind a car.
Yeah, not that kind of
and-
drafting.
No?
I
Oh,
do appreciate racing.
okay, so what kind of drafting do you do if you don't
Like
rub and racing?
mechanical, computer-aided
Okay,
drafting.
so you drew pictures or something?
Yeah. Pretty little pictures.
Now is it like on a
Like gears
computer?
and-
Or so
yes.
it's like CAD? Is that a
Computer-aided
word?
drafting, that's
Aided
CAD.
that's CAD. So you do
Yeah.
CAD. You couldn't just say that?
I did, but you weren't listening.
Oh, that's typical of me. My wife and you could have a support group based on that. All right, so if anybody needs to hire a CAD person, it appears that April
Yeah.
Thatcher here is an Ivy Tech graduate who would be more than happy to do your CAD drawing. And then if you wanted to talk about NASCAR later on or your VW trucks,
Not NASCAR, but
Not NASCAR?
VW, yeah.
open formula or whatever they call it,
Yeah, like
open wheel,
Formula
One.
like regular circle track. is
All right.
boring.
All right, so
Left.
nothing going. Got it. All right, so
Okay.
what else we got? Anything else in Kokomo?
I don't know. There's always something going on.
All right, but that's what we've got covered is pumpkin
Yeah,
chucking and
yeah.
the fact that you should go get an education. Hey, in the wonderful world of geekdom, because we're supposed to be talking about movies and toys and
Yeah.
novels and stuff like that. What do you got for us? What geeky thing have you done this week?
Well, I watched a couple movie trailers.
Well, let's hear about
and
them.
I'm just me, so
You're like the geek queen now.
no.
You get a
I'm
little,
just
little
kind of a
tiara. All right, what do we got? What is the?
The Captain America,
Oh,
Winter Soldier.
yes, Captain America 2, Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that
Sweet.
came out.
What'd you think?
The,
What did April think? A second while we ponder April's thoughts. What do you got? What do you think?
I thought it looked like it's probably not going to be very good, but I'm going to go see it anyway.
The comments and feelings of those of April Thatcher, not necessarily
I'm
about Sean
honest.
Hilton, Comics Cube, the Kokomo Con, or even GeekStorm in particular. She is not a true comic fan. She is new.
It's okay.
She
well,
is still being taught and
I
educated.
haven't got to the other trailer yet.
All right. I gotta tell you, I've also seen the Captain America Winter Soldier trailer, and I have to strongly disagree with you.
Okay.
I thought the
That's okay.
addition of Robert Redford gave the movie a lot more sophistication, if not more depth, in the actual acting department. It definitely looks to me like this is going to be a Captain America team up with Black Widow, even though it's called Captain America. It definitely seems to me to be a definite nod to a team up kind of movie. We add an additional character, the Falcon, who's a very popular and well-known character in the Marvel Universe. One of the first African-American characters to really catch on as a hero. I would say Black Panther and it was called Black Falcon, and then became just the Falcon, I want to say. But regardless, two really, really good characters, great role models, incredibly smart, well-dedicated agents that are able to get stuff done, and not just like background roles where they're delivering stuff or something demeaning like that. So I really am thrilled to see them add this kind of historical element that was really popular in a long time. It was called Captain America and Falcon. So, and then the addition of Black Widow looks cool, and the Winter Soldier, and the whole storyline that Brubaker came up with for that. It's all kind of based on a storyline that Ed Brubaker did, and so I'm
Okay,
not going to do any
so-
spoilers, but it's gonna be cool.
Well, okay, I just thought
Catches the
the
shield.
trailer wasn't.
Who
put
could
together
possibly
well.
catch the shield? Somebody could. All right, so you didn't like
So,
that one so much. I disagree. It looked
ju-
awesome.
I
to
thought
me.
the preview just looked messy.
Messy.
Yeah, like it.
Yeah.
They tried to cram too much into it.
Okay. What else did you see? What's the other trailer?
X-Men: Days of
X-Men,
Future Past.
The Days of Future Past.
Yeah, that one looks freaking awesome.
That one looks freaking awesome.
Yeah. So I watched that one first, and then I watched that.
What
and I was
about
like,
that
man,
one like stoked your interest so much? We've got X-Men from the future, X-Men from the past. We've got time
it
travel.
looked like a more in-depth movie. The only thing I have to say negative.
Without seeing the movie, now keep in mind we're just talking about
just
trailers.
about
at
the
this
trailers,
point.
yes.
So
I'm ready for the male skewed preview or trailer to come out.
They had a female skewed?
It was very chick flick.
Oh, explain this to me. Why did you think this?
Well, they didn't show very much action. It was more on the emotional side. So
Wolverine crying with his little tear.
When they just has such little tear.
It's true because they regenerate. You just want to suck right back up into his eyes. He's like,
It's like a cycle.
It's weird.
Who
did they focus on? I mean, is Jean Grey in it? Did you see Phoenix?
I don't know.
Kitty Pryde?
I told you I was
Rogue?
gonna suck this week.
Anybody?
Same.
Who's your favorite character you saw in the preview? Who caught your interest the most?
Well, I obviously noticed Wolverine.
Well,
I mean,
Hugh Jackman. Even I noticed Hugh Jackman.
That's the chick factor
So,
there.
all right, there's a lot. I mean, Wolverine,
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman's hot. The guy who plays Magneto's hot. The guy who plays Charles Xavier is pretty cute. I mean, there's a lot of man meat up there.
Yeah.
So
Well, and that's what I was saying. It's
That's why I
really
said that.
female. It's really
Shouldn't be
skewed
hard.
towards a female.
this is like a
audience.
guy flick that should be very easy to get your girlfriend to
Yeah.
go see.
Well, and
not gonna
it's
be a lot of effort.
A
here.
lot of movies release a couple of trailers.
Sure.
And they're always skewed towards different audiences.
Different demographic.
I just thought it was interesting that, the
All right.
demographic.
We've got Thor coming out here shortly.
Yes.
So I'm guessing that when Thor releases, we're going to see a Captain America trailer. I would assume we'd see an X-Men Days of Future Past trailer, but seeing it's not a Marvel movie, it's actually, I think, Fox or Sony, I'm not sure that we're going to see that. I would think you would put those together. It makes sense to me, but you never know. I can tell you that last night when we saw another movie, we actually went to a movie last night. We saw Ender's Game. And me and Mike Harrison, even though he's not here, and producer Mike Dukes all went. The trailers, we saw nothing for Cap. We saw nothing for Days of Future Past on Ender's Game. Sci-fi movie, target audience. They've even done Ender's Game comic book. Nothing. No, nothing like that. No, we got Monument Men. I'm really excited about that. That's the new George Clooney movie you talked about. That looked good. We got another 47 Ronin. Same one, but I don't care. I can just watch the trailer over and over for a long time. That's such a kick-ass looking movie. It looks like the visuals of Sucker Punch was something that actually tells a real story.
That's coming out in December, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
If it doesn't get moved, Monument Man, it said in this trailer it was coming out at Christmas, but it's not. It's been pushed back into spring or even summer. So that got moved. But Ender's Game.
Okay.
It was, we're going to talk about that a little bit. It's a movie, and it's sci-fi, and it's about children going to war and defeating the ultimate enemy.
Right. And it's based on a 1985 novel, right?
By Orson Scott Card, which I've talked to many of my customers about and fellow geeks. Huge following. They love it. Absolutely love it. I said there's been a series of comics. People are constantly talking to me about it, telling me I need to read it. I'm an avid reader. I've just never bothered to get around to reading this. One, I'm not a huge sci-fi fan. I prefer fantasy over sci-fi just a little bit. And I don't know, the idea of kids and all that, I'm like, So the movie itself, I give a strong, meh.
A strong
rating.
meh.
It was a good movie.
We have multiple scales.
It was a pretty good film. Harrison Ford's delivering. Ben Kingsley's showing up. What is her name? I'll let producers look up the name. Is it CC Pounder? Or somebody that just reminds me of CC Pounder. I think, or was it the woman who won the Academy Award for The Help?
ASA.
It's her, isn't it? I think it's her.
What her first name's something?
I believe it's the actress who won the Academy Award for The Help.
Okay.
But because she's a little younger than CC Pounder. Either way.
You just like saying that name.
She's really she's a well-known actress, and she easily could have done this role as well. But what can you do?
Like ASA, but I don't know how to pronounce that. Is that her first name?
We got producers looking it up. What's up?
She's thinking of Ace of Butterfield.
Okay.
Okay.
Producers are going to help us out on that one. But regardless, I don't know. So I can't sit here and tell you how closely it follows the book because I didn't read it. I thought that the movie itself was very predictable from beginning to end, except for the very end in which you find out that there's been some, again, trying to keep this one spoiler free. There's an element that after the big initial story is over, the piece that kind of keeps it going turns out to be like, I don't know, 100 yards away outside some guy's room, like his window, and nobody, and supposedly I want to say
I have no idea what you're talking about, so you're too into it.
Yeah, it's hard to explain. I feel like we're just rambling.
Okay. Well,
Either way, the very ending of it has this element that just feels very cliche and tired and old, and a lot of other adjectives to describe it as bad, as in not good. It's completely ludicrous. It's like the ultimate mystery of the universe is from Pepper Whistle, and we happen to be hiding it at Comics Cubed, and we've been at Pepper Whistle for like 20 years with a bunch of GIs hanging out the entire time, and nobody got bored enough to go explore 300 feet away.
Okay.
Just doesn't make any sense. It's highly visible through windows. You see this element. I'm sorry that there's no way that anybody would not have gone out and just I'm going to go check it out. Okay. So, but basically kids learning how to be the ultimate killing machines and the best generals and the best tacticians and the best this.
Aren't they're under threat by some alien
There's an
race
alien force coming
yeah.
that's what leads into it. It was like 50 years ago, the Formic showed up and devastated the world. Their technology was beyond ours. And well, of course their technology was beyond ours. They got from another planet to our planet. They win the technology war.
Yeah.
Guess what? We can barely get to the moon anymore. And right now, I don't think the United States can do it without going to Russia to ask them for a lift because we don't have a craft that's actually capable, that we know of actually getting there anymore because we mothballed the damn things.
Okay.
There's a great idea. Hey guys, let's take space exploration off the table. Let's forget about that. We can get some healthcare going that may or may not work. And I'm not trying to beat one side or not politically because I don't know if it's working or not. Maybe it's the greatest thing ever. But all I know is that when you tell NASA to mothball space exploration, I have to wonder if you really don't have your head straight up, and it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Okay.
Hey, we're GeekStorm, we're geeks.
So,
Let's, stop screwing over NASA.
Okay. Yes, NASA's awesome.
I believe
back
I'm
to the
being
movie. No, you're not. I was
all right.
being serious.
So, I'm sure that, here's the deal.
Okay.
The people who love the book are probably going to like the movie.
I read no.
Oh, okay.
That,
Their take two, too many changes?
Okay, I really wanted to see this movie.
Well,
I
you
just
still can. It's
wasn't
still in
able
theaters.
to in time for this.
You don't have to listen to my review that it's a highly forgettable, lackluster, predictable film of non-quality acting.
Well, I read other people's reviews.
Oh, what'd they think?
Pretty much that.
Well, you can go to a lot of different places, or you just get it here.
That
Harrison Ford is pretty forgettable. See, no, but you like, see, okay.
they're saying, I'm trying to support you in what you're saying, okay? They're saying that, I forgot.
What are they saying, April?
That compared to the book,
Mm-hmm.
it didn't tickle the imagination as much.
I don't like anybody to ever tickle my imagination. I don't enjoy that.
That it wasn't as, and I just think that's always true. I think reading in your own head, and that's always much
Sure.
more fantastic.
There's only one or two items that I've ever read that have made the translation to film where I was like, holy cow, they captured this.
Okay.
Silence of the Lambs is probably the greatest film adaptation from source material that I've ever read and then saw on the screen. After reading the book and seeing the movie, holy cow, that's perfect. That's really, really good.
And I like to use Rotten Tomatoes as my scale.
So I like to use GeekStorm as my scale.
Well,
That's what I use.
you know, it's backup. It's like
Okay.
but they give it like a 63 or 64.
Okay. I think it's a great rental. I think it'll be a great matinee movie. It'll be wonderful on Netflix. On Netflix, this is the perfect kind of movie for Netflix because there's nothing epic and grand about the scale. There's some space battles that you see, but really it's about this one kid going from scrub up to being the leader of the army and destroying the enemy, and how he does it.
Oh, psst.
But if you think,
If you read the book.
I'm sorry, but if you go into a movie and you don't think the good guys are going to win, I don't know what movies you're seeing lately. Yes, there are some alternatives to that, but that's like the whole A before B or whatever. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So yeah. Yeah.
Nah.
Now, on to important cool things.
Okay.
Not here in Kokomo, and I think I was lied to by the guy who was actually like telling me this. They're having, is it Phantom? Phantom? Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
The weird productions where it's like, we're going to show you the opera at the movie theater, or U2's doing a concert at the movie theater, and select crazy theaters, you'll see 2 episodes of this. Well, Doctor Strange, the big return in November, is going to be a Phantom 3D production. Did I say Doctor Strange?
Yes.
Wow, I couldn't wait to see Doctor Strange too, though. Can you imagine a 3D Doctor Strange movie? It'd be so kick-ass. No, I'm thinking Doctor Who. I apologize.
Oh, man.
Doctor Who.
That's so much more exciting
So,
to me.
Doctor Who and Doctor Strange team up, I'm there. I'm just
I
going
just
to
had
tell
to
you.
make a TARDIS costume.
So, there you go, poof. But yeah, so Phantom Productions, or whatever they're called, is doing one night Doctor Who, the night that it premieres, is going to premiere at their movie theaters. 3D special edition screening, the whole 9 yards. I'm sure there's going to be like a Q&A or some kind of additional materials. And of course they have the poster up in the Kokomo AMC. So I'm actually late going into the theater by a couple minutes because I go up to somebody, I'm like, are you actually going to have it? And the guy's like, and he was very polite. He goes, oh, well, that's the Phantom production thing, and we're not set up for those. Now, in the back of my head...
Why do they have the poster?
Well, I'm sure that's a corporate thing, but yeah, good question. But
AMC.
in the back of my head, I'm like, whoa. And I can go look up my stubs, because I have that. Thank you, AMC. I just saw the Quentin Tarantino 20-year anniversary edition of Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs at the Kokomo AMC Theater. Now, maybe that wasn't a Phantom production or whatever, but I think it was.
Are you okay?
But no, I don't like being told that we aren't set up for it. If you just said, hey, I'm really sorry, we're just not going to get that.
Like this,
there's not a Doctor Who thing. There's not enough Doctor Who fans at Kokomo. We don't give a rat's about them, so we're not going to do that. But instead, I'm told we're not set up to do it. I'm like, well, then how did I see the Quentin Tarantino thing here? Regardless. So I think that perhaps the employee was either misinformed or lied to me. We'll get to the bottom of it. Yeah. Now, also, coming up very shortly this week, I believe that several theaters are going to offer a Thor marathon. Now, of course, not in Kokomo, but I believe if you go out of town, you'll be able to see, and this is rumor, I haven't double-checked this yet, but I've heard Thor, followed by Avengers, followed by Thor 2, with a cool lanyard. So, yeah, I want to go see that. We need to go see that.
Sounds like a geek event to me.
It does. We need to take a bus trip and go do that. So I want to go see Thor. Definitely need to get a thing to go out and find the Doctor Who one. So those are 2 things going on that won't be in town. And I would love to support our local AMC and go see them, even though they charge us to go see these movies, which we review. And then we say AMC over and over and over again, usually in a positive light, and not usually in as I believe that an employee misinformed me on purpose, just to get me to shut up and go away. I think he did. But regardless, so I'm going to go out of town to see, hopefully, the Thor marathon.
They don't care. It's
and the Doctor Who
It's
thing.
a national company. They don't care where you see it.
I guess they don't care, but I don't know. I would like
At
to
least
stay
you
here in
don't
town.
get the, I think you're an old hag lady kind smile when you go.
Really?
Yes.
There? You know what I love about it is they
There's
have
like,
their...
oh, you're seeing the movie by yourself, you poor thing.
They have the movie... My favorite movie is... And I just find almost all of them ridiculous. I have to think that it's just young kids making fun of the fact that they have to put that on there. So they're just picking random crap. Because I'm just like, I don't believe for a second that that's your favorite movie. So, but it's very funny. Yeah, so when you go to AMC, play a game of looking at all their tags and just oh, huh. Okay. So Titanic's your favorite movie of all time, huh? Yeah, you're not a 12-year-old Japanese schoolgirl, but okay, whatever.
Okay, so.
What else you got?
Well, I probably ought to move on to comics.
We're almost out of time. You should hurry it up.
Yeah.
Well, I got 2 feature comics this week I want to definitely get into.
All right.
These are important.
We'll do the In the World of Comics.
In the World of Comics.
Echo?
In the World of Comics. Echo.
Oh.
Forget it. Mike Harrison would have got it. He wouldn't have done it either, but at least he would have got it.
It would sound ridiculous if I was your Echo.
It would sound ridiculous if I was your Echo. See how funny that is? That's comedy gold. All right, this week we have from Big Dog Inc., Rex Zombie Killer #1. It's a zombie book, cool, but it is told from the point of view of animals. Or on the back, as it says from the Comic News Insider, Homeward Bound meets The Walking Dead.
Wow.
So we're following Rex, who's a super smart golden retriever, and some of his buddies, Kinji, the gorilla with a baseball bat, Brutus, the tough, battered pit bull, Buttercup, the small corgi mix with a big heart, and Snowball, cat with a disdain for everything, which is all cats. What is so cool about this book, besides its fact it's zombies and it's animals, it's just really cool. It's a fun little take on things, is our good friend Paul Allor.
Woo!
He is the editor on this particular tome. So we have these at Comics Cubed. We only have a few left. They are all signed by Paul and dated. So,
Which is
and
awesome.
we charge absolutely nothing extra for it, and we'll even give you a 10% discount off the original cover price for a signed book if you mention GeekStorm.
Okay.
Also up this week, not available at Comics Cube, special order only, Monsters and Other Things in My Head from Thomas A. Boatwright. It is an art book, a sketchbook of cool, pretty, funky art pieces that are all kind of monster related. Everything in here is crazy monsters, from Universal type stuff to his own creations to, well, none of it's really Universal monsters, but like takes on stuff like Mollusk Men and stuff like that. Really cool stuff. And besides the fact, yes?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, feel free.
Maybe you were going there.
The fact that Thomas Boatwright is somebody whose artwork that I truly appreciate and dig, and just he's such an amazing artist. But the foreword of this particular tome is also written by my good friend Paul Allor. So in 1 week, he's got 2 different books out that he's involved in, and he's got other stuff coming out.
Thomas Boatwright has been an artist for
Absolutely. They're working on, I believe, a super secret project that I'm not allowed to talk about.
Well, previously.
They
Orc
have
Girl.
done work before, Orc Girl, which was critically acclaimed. A lot of love for that. So this
2
is
copies.
this is a great team, great book to check out. Go online, check out Thomas A. Boatwright, Monsters and Other Things from the Dead. Supporting a local guy. Rex Zombie Killer supporting a local guy. I mean, at this point, it's going to be Book of the Week because you're going to be talking about Paul Allor's, Kokomo's probably leading talent right now.
Right.
With books from Image, IDW, digital creations of his own, and he's got, and of course, his just own self-published work. So,
Right.
got several different things he's involved in.
What,
G.I. Joe's
Strange
coming up.
Nation?
Strange Nations is a digital project.
Right. I heard Wonder Woman
Sheltered
endorsed
is in.
that.
What's that?
I heard Wonder Woman endorsed that.
Did she?
I think so.
Crazy chick. She believes she's flying around in an invisible plane. So, real quick this week, because we're running out of time. Wild Blue Yonder #3 came in. This is steampunk meets Firefly. Really well put together. Great art. Really good story. In-depth background. Playing on some emotional aspects, but great characterization. Getting to know people. Caring about the characters. They are doing their due diligence to make sure that you give a damn about the people in this book, and they're not just gloss coding or giving you some cheap crap. Really, really well done. My only complaint with this was #3 took like 3 months to come out.
Oh,
So let's hurry that up.
Yeah, I have read some of this before, not this particular issue, but I think there are comic books out there that wish they were Wild Blue Yonder.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
really,
there's something
really
to
good.
hang
It's
on
probably
to
one of
there.
IDW's best books right now for original material, because they do a lot of licensed work as well. This is probably it. From DC this week, DC was kind of my big winner this week.
Okay.
Batman, it's Damian, the son of Batman. Written and drawn by Adam Kubert or Andy, they're brothers, and I apologize. Andy
That'd be
Kubert.
awesome.
Adam is his brother. Absolutely amazing. The idea
Not
is,
Adam Humbert.
we don't know. They don't tell us future project, other world, other
really cool
dimension. Yeah, he's an amazing artist, and very much influenced by the Denny O'Neil, Neil Adams take on stuff from the 70s. It has that feel and vibe to it, and just really, really good. Man, great story. Batman ends up perishing early on, and this is Damian, the son of Batman, and Talia Ghul from the
It's
third movie,
beautiful.
going out and getting revenge. That was really sharp.
Love it when the art and the stories match
Oh,
up.
it's really good. Aquaman Annual #1, John Ostrander. Jeff Johns traditionally writes Aquaman. John Ostrander seems to be the fill-in writer for Jeff Johns when he's not doing stuff. He does this annual, and he's also been writing a small team that nobody's ever heard of. They've kind of created a super team that Aquaman was a part of called The Others. And this is an annual about that super team that's not incredibly well known. good art, funky story, but a great super team. DC, get off your asses. Give John Ostrander the reins to do this super team. They are by far the most interesting project that you currently have sitting on the shelf doing not enough with. Give it a chance. Give it a 4-issue miniseries. You know, cancel some of that other crap that's on my shelves that's not selling, and give this book a chance. I'm a retailer, and I am begging you, give this one the shot it deserves. Give John Ostrander a chance to bring the others out there and produce really good material. Take a break from moving to Burbank, put out a good book. And last but not least for me is their Forever Evil Argus. Quite frankly, it's better than a lot of the other stuff they put out recently. Out of all the Forever Evil crossovers, which have been like Arkham War and the Rogues, this has probably been the weakest of them, but it was still really pretty sharp. It's a little strange to me when you have the mini-series that are crossing over into stuff be better than a lot of your mainstream books, and that's the way it's been.
Okay.
That's what I've got in my world of comics.
Well, we're out of time.
Took up all your time. I feel
It's
bad
okay.
about that.
I read X-Men Battle of the Atom.
Good, bad?
Kind of. Well, I didn't really read it. I just
All
looked
right.
through
Did
it.
you read any of these?
No.
You just bring
It's
the show
all right.
off. All right. Thanks
Yeah,
for checking
we're
out GeekStorm. Check us out next week when we should have, hopefully, a review of Thor, God of Thunder, and Loki, his brother who's so popular he deserves a spin-off movie. We'll see you then.
Okay. Bye.
GeekStorm, Pepper Whistle downtown. Come out, see us. Comics Cube sponsor. Kokomo Con. Bye-bye.
Yeah.